Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB and today is the 1st of July 2025 and the prices of Bitcoin has marginally gone down. And what's going to be happening guys on the geopolitical level? President Donald Trump's one beautiful bill most likely will be passed today or tomorrow. And I'm pretty much sure news such as this directly impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, keep an eye on the news regarding the one beautiful bill. Now really I'm not sure if there is any direct correlation to it, but nonetheless guys, news at a political level definitely impacts the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And macro level factors, whether we like it or not, still has a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now one of the biggest companies that directly has an impact is BlackRock. And immediately after the Bitcoin halving guys, Larry Fink did actually go to CNBC and he did actually state that he's not so much excited about the Bitcoin ETF approval, but is really excited as to what the future of tokenization is. And ever since that guys, the new narrative in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space is tokenization, isn't it? And in today's episode guys, we have 3 news to cover regarding tokenization. Now the first news has to do with the oldest cryptocurrency exchange, that is Kraken, and they have decided to launch a tokenized US stocks and ETF, but this thing guys will not be eligible for non-US citizens, so we'll definitely go and explore what this news is all about. And along with Kraken guys, Robinhood, they're working on tokenizing with stocks, and they're also rolling out perpetual futures and staking in Europe, so we'll definitely go and discuss what this news is all about. Because look how so far as Robinhood's move in Europe is concerned, European customers can now trade 200 plus tokenized US stocks, and more importantly this can be done with zero commission. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore what this news is all about. Now before we get into the third news connected to tokenization guys, I do have another really important news to cover. And this is to do with Ripple guys. That is RXPL. They're integrating with Ethereum virtual machine sidechain. Definitely genius move, isn't it? So essentially guys, you can talk about this in terms of smart contract meeting XRP's reliability. So a lot of interoperability is in place in it. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Now the final news guys is connected to tokenization. But this is not an RWA tokenization guys. It is kind of connected to real world assets. But it is a platform connected to real world luxury assets. And what is really interesting to note guys is, this particular platform is built in Switzerland, but it is named as Shake.io. And there are 2H involved in this. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore what this news is all about. Now at this point of time I cannot make an initial assessment if it is going to be a rug pull or not. But nonetheless guys, when you look at such news, we definitely should be doing our own due diligence. And if you do need more information that is connected to tokenization platform for real world luxury assets, the new platform is Shake.io. But nonetheless guys, I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is definitely a massive news, and the Dubai Financial Services Regulatory Authority guys, they have published a report, and this particular report explores regulatory insights into cybersecurity, artificial intelligence as well as quantum risks. So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this, and what I'll do guys, I'll give an oversight regarding the cyber risks, and then we will look at the evolution of quantum risk which is mentioned in this report. And finally guys, I'll also go ahead and touch base on the AI risk associated in this report. Now what I've also done is guys, I have released a standalone episode using artificial intelligence. So please feel free to go ahead and check it out. And in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information that is not available in that particular episode. Now the second news guys is also connected to tokenized finance. And Bison Link, which is based in Dubai guys, they have secured $1 million in private investment to build next generation infrastructure for tokenized finance. So look guys, the whole narrative right now is tokenization, isn't it? And along with tokenization, the narrative regarding stablecoins is picking up pace as well. So things are definitely spicing up in 2025. So we have got a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And unfortunately, guys, the global cryptocurrency market has actually gone down. And since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 3.01%. And what is really interesting to note, guys, is the ETF inflows has miserably fallen down. It is only at $15.5 million. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, guys, the numbers are something not to be excited about. It is only at $89.7 billion. But since the last 24 hours, it is actually pumped up by 12.07%. Now, what is a bit interesting to note, guys, is the volume of decentralized exchanges have definitely pumped up to the roof, and the 24-hour volume is $18.58 billion, and the total value locked across decentralized finance, guys, today it is at $113.47 billion. But if you look at the decentralized exchange dominance, today it is actually pumped up to 48.44%. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, PancakeSwap's volume is definitely off the chart, and today it is at $11.18 billion, whereas Uniswap's volume, guys, is almost 1/5 of that, it is only at $2.35 billion. Now, since the last quarter, guys, the volume of PancakeSwap has definitely been picking up paces in it. And you should know that PancakeSwap is more connected to Binance BNB chain. And if you look at the activity that is currently taking place in Binance BNB chain, guys, the numbers are definitely second best to, let's say, Ethereum, I think. Now, the third one so far as the volume of decentralized exchange is concerned is Radium. And its 24-hour volume is below the $700 million mark. It is at $697.97 million. At number 4, the Zorka. And its 24-hour volume is $544.82 million. Whereas Pumpcars is at number 5th. And its 24-hour volume is $493.04 million. Now, unfortunately, guys, the volume of stablecoins hasn't picking up pace. Now, could it be possible that there are new stablecoins entering into the market? That is definitely a possibility, isn't it? But even then, guys, the numbers today definitely should have been at least 20 to 30% much higher than anticipated. And if you look at the leading stablecoin volume, it is the USDT. But its 24-hour volume is only at $62.43 billion. Whereas Circle USDC is at $8.62 billion. And FDUSD's volume is at $4.14 billion. Now, I'm pretty much sure, guys, as and when we get some information regarding the one beautiful bill, the cryptocurrency market will be impacted. And one of the metrics that we should be looking at is the 24-hour trading volume. Because a lot of centralized exchanges as well as decentralized exchanges, they ask you to go and buy stable coins and then convert it into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well as vice versa, isn't it? And one good matrix which I tell my clients is, let's say if the price is actually going down, but let's say if the volume of stable coins is increasing, it does actually mean that people are converting a lot of the cryptocurrencies onto stable coins rather than converting it into fiat currency. Let me know, guys, if you agree to my assessment or not. Now, if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, unfortunately, it is only at $2.12 trillion. And the market cap of Ethereum, guys, is still below the $300 billion mark. It is a little shy of $300 billion at $299 billion. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $42.12 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $17.10 billion. Now, the dominance of Bitcoin is at 62.20%, whereas the dominance of Ethereum is at 8.76%. Now, every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast since the last month or so, guys, I'm looking at some interesting matrix that is connected to decentralized apps, isn't it? And look, guys, I cannot stress this enough. When we talk about decentralized apps, we are literally talking about apps that we see, let's say, on iOS apps or Android or Google Play or Huawei app, them to be working on decentralized protocols or distributed protocols, I would like to call it. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not seeing any mainstream app, at least now, to be working on decentralized protocols. Maybe in 2 years' time or so, we might be seeing, let's say, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, maybe even a protocol, something similar to, let's say, LinkedIn working on decentralized protocol, isn't it? Then we can confidently state, guys, that the world is ready for distributed or a decentralized world. Now, in today's episode, when we talk about decentralized apps, I want to look at the top 5 decentralized apps that are currently working on Solana blockchain. And mind you, guys, I'm looking at the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets, and I'm looking at this in terms of dollar amount, and it is no surprise that Pump.Fund is number 1. And in terms of dollar amount, it is $37.3 million. The second one is Jito, guys, and in terms of dollar amount, it is $10.51 million. Now, if you compare these numbers with Cardano blockchain, guys, there is absolutely no comparison, isn't it? The second, third, fourth, and fifth decentralized apps on Cardano blockchain, guys, in terms of dollar amount, it is less than $100,000. Now, going back to Solana blockchain, the third decentralized app based on dollar value is Jupiter Exchange, and the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to smart contracts in the last 24 hours is at $7.75 million. Pragmatic is at number 4th. And in terms of dollar amount, it is $6.87 million. And Radium, guys, is at number 5th. And in terms of dollar amount, it is $3.48 million. Now, guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin right now is $107,130. And unfortunately, guys, since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.29%. But since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 2.18%. Ethereum right now is below the $2,500 mark, and right now it is at $2,485. And since the last 24 hours, Ethereum is down by 0.67%, but since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 3.79%. Ripple or XRP is at $2.22, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.36%, and since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 4.36%. Now look, guys, later on today, the House of Senate is going to decide if they're going to be passing the Trump's one beautiful bill. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, News such as this will directly and indirectly be impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now there is a very high chance, according to me, they will definitely go ahead and pass the bill. And if that thing happens, guys, President Donald Trump might actually go ahead and sign the bill on the 4th of July. And what an iconic day to go ahead and sign that bill, isn't it? But nonetheless, guys, in the episode that are released tomorrow and the after, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now let's go ahead and talk everything regarding tokenization, guys. Cause Kraken, which is one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, they have launched tokenized US stocks and ETF for eligible non-US citizens. And here's the interesting thing, guys. This particular tokenization of US stocks and ETFs will be powered by BackSec stocks, and it will be built on Solana blockchain. Now Kraken is starting with 60 assets, and they will be expanding to other assets as well. And so far as X stock is concerned, guys, they offer 24/7 trading, self-custody and DeFi integration, and this gives users the ability to move, as well as spend or borrow against tokenized equities. Now this rollout marks a significant step towards democratizing global investing, isn't it? Because it removes intermediaries, and it makes capital markets borderless and accessible. And Kraken, guys, aims to expand X stocks access to 140 countries. So look, they are definitely redefining how people worldwide engage with traditional assets through crypto innovation. Now if you do need more information regarding this, guys, the official link is in the show notes below. Now if I'm not mistaken, guys, Kraken did actually try to set up the office in Abu Dhabi, isn't it? But they made a really strange move of leaving Abu Dhabi and United Arab Emirates altogether. Could it be possible that they might come back probably in Dubai? Definitely high possibility, I guess. Now let's go ahead and take a deep dive into Robinhood, guys, because they have announced a really major move, and they are marking a major crypto expansion, and they are launching stock and ETF tokens in Europe. Now here's the interesting bits, guys. They have actually revealed a layer 2 blockchain, and they are rolling out perpetual futures and staking in Europe as well as United States of America. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, guys, because of this move, European customers can now trade 200 plus tokenized US stocks, and they can do that with zero commission, as well as 24/7 access. Now these stock tokens will initially run on Arbitrum blockchain, and then they will be migrating to Robinhood's own layer 2 blockchain, which is actually optimized for real world asset tokenization. So this whole tokenization narrative is definitely off the chart, isn't it? And regarding this platform by Robinhood, guys, it is also introducing crypto perpetual futures, and they are allowing up to 3x leverage, and they're doing that in European Union and crypto staking in the United States of America. And they are starting with Ethereum as well as Solana or Sol, alongside new tools like investing assistant Cortex, and they're also focusing on smart exchange routing, tax law tracking, as well as advanced charts. So look, as with this move, Robinhood is definitely aiming to make crypto investing more accessible, powerful, and they're focusing on a user-friendly experience, isn't it? And they're doing that in European Union as well as United States of America. So definitely powerful move. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting move. And this is connected to Ripple stablecoin, that is XRPL. And the news essentially is that XRPL Ethereum virtual machine sidechain mainnet is live. And in a nutshell, guys, smart contract meets XRP's reliability. And with this move, guys, Ripple is bringing Ethereum compatibility and smart contract functionality to XRP Ledger. And this is for the first time they are doing it, isn't it? And this particular project, guys, is built with PeerSet and XLR. And this sidechain allows developers to build or port EVM dApps, while at the same time benefiting from XRP speed, security, and 12 years of stability. And so far as XRP is concerned, guys, it will now serve as a native gas token, and the cross-chain functionality is powered by XLR and Squid, with wormhole integration coming soon. So look, guys, with this move, what it actually means is there will be faster block times, lower fees, compliance-ready infrastructure, and more importantly, guys, there will be access to 6 million plus XRP wallets. And so far as the Ethereum virtual machine sidechain is concerned, guys, it will now be opening the door to lending tokenization, and I'm pretty much sure pretty soon there'll be DeFi and quite a lot of other things, isn't it? But here's the interesting thing, guys, they will be doing all these things while at the same time maintaining XRP's core strength. Now look, guys, this particular move is backed by major partners like Ripple themselves, Band Protocol, as well as Groove. And look, guys, according to me, the launch has the stage of multi-chain XRP powered future as well. So if you're a developer in the space, guys, in the show notes below there's a document that is worth looking into. Definitely interesting and powerful news in my honest opinion. Now guys, let's go and discuss some interesting news, and this is connected to tokenization. But this is a new platform for real world luxury assets, and Shake.io, guys, which is spelled with double H, has launched a pre-sale of its Ethereum-based Shake token, and they're offering fractional ownership of luxury real-world assets like properties in Dubai, Rome, Bali, as well as high-end cars and fine arts, and they will be powered by artificial intelligence and blockchain. Now, the platform also has a low entry barrier, guys, for just $100, and according to the news, they want to allow global investors to earn passive income through tokenized real estate. Now, regarding this token, guys, what they're promising is they will offer quarterly payouts in stablecoins or Ethereum, and they also have bonuses and referral rewards as well. Now, what they're claiming, guys, is with NFT-backed deeds, decentralized autonomous governance, and no-code tokenization, Shake.io is making premium investment accessible to 99% of the people. Now, me personally, guys, I do have a bit of apprehension regarding this, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a rug pull coming out pretty soon. But look, guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. So these were some macro level news, guys, on the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain. Now let's go and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is a massive news. And the Dubai Financial Services Authority, guys, they have published a report that explores regulatory insights into cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and quantum risks. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, I have already released a standalone episode exploring this. Please feel free to go and check it out. But let me do one thing, guys. Let me go ahead and give us some snippets from this report. Because when you talk about cybersecurity risk, guys, the report does actually state that cyber threats are increasing in frequency as well as sophistication. And they're targeting financial institutions with advanced tactics like double extortion ransomware, as well as supply chain attacks. And the report also touches base on cloud service reliance and third-party vendor concentration, and how they present systemic risk to single point of failures. And they've also described something called as LOTL attack, guys, that is living off the land attack, where a lot of notorious people misuse legitimate system tools, making detection extremely hard. But at the same time, AI and automation tools are enhancing both cyber defenses and the capabilities of threat actors. And so far geopolitical tensions are concerned, guys, right now they're currently increasing, isn't it? And we are seeing a lot of state-sponsored campaigns and activism now. Recently in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I also talked about an exchange in Iran, where it was actually hacked by a group in Israel. And the group in Israel, guys, they definitely were really proud about it. Now going back to this report, guys, the report also touches base on cyber resilience frameworks, and it talks about how it is evolving, and how it is focusing on cyber risk identification, governance, and broad level accountability. And the report also explains that regulators are pushing for threat intelligence sharing, supply chain mapping, and incident reporting standards. And the report offers suggestions stating that scenario-based simulations and real-time exercises are recommended to test institutional preparedness. Now look, guys, the Dubai Financial Services Regulatory Authority College has also emphasized strong cross-border collaboration, ICT asset inventories, and focusing on reducing human error vulnerabilities. And so far as capacity building is concerned, guys, particularly with regulators, it is extremely essential, and it does require technical tools and supervisory tech infrastructure. Now the second part of the report, guys, touches base on quantum risks. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me go ahead and give us some information regarding this, because the report explicitly states, guys, that quantum computing poses a direct threat to public key cryptography, and they're talking about RC and ECC, which essentially secures global financial infrastructure, isn't it? And quantum-enabled decryption, that is SHA algorithm, guys, could compromise sensitive financial data within the next decade, so we definitely have at least a decade or probably longer than that. The report has an interesting section, guys, where they mention that how is now decrypt later tactics pose immediate threats, necessitating early crypto agility and transition planning. And so far as PQC, that is post-quantum cryptography, is concerned, guys, they do offer resilience and should be piloted in high-risk areas ahead of global standards. And so far as post-quantum cryptography readiness roadmap is concerned, guys, it includes cryptographic inventories, risk assessment, hybrid transition models, and industry monitoring as well. And the college, guys, has identified low awareness, lack of inventories, and slow interoperability as major gaps in quantum resilience efforts. But that thing being said, guys, right now there are regulatory sandboxes, cross-border dialogues, and crypto agility programs in place to go and accelerate preparedness. So things are not as bad as people are claiming out to be, isn't it? So things are definitely not bad, guys, cause the industry is definitely aware about these risks. Now regarding artificial intelligence, guys, the report clearly mentions that AI is being rapidly integrated into financial services cause it does enhance productivity, fraud detection, and client interaction and cybersecurity as well, isn't it? But AI is also introducing novel risks, including model explainability gaps, data governance challenges, as well as compliance concerns. And threat actors guys are using artificial intelligence for tailored phishing and evading security defenses, thereby amplifying cybersecurity risks. And look, as the report mentions that explainability and interoperability of artificial intelligence are critical for trust, regulatory compliance, and accountability, especially in high-stakes sectors. But at the same time, the good thing is, regulators are pushing for auditable AI models, traceable data sources, and ethical use of generative artificial intelligence in financial software. And the college guys has warned of artificial intelligence-induced systemic risk like shadow finance, cascading failures, and herding behavior among AI agents. Now, regarding artificial intelligence, guys, the report suggests oversight frameworks, and they're suggesting that it should be principle-based, adaptive, as well as collaborative, because you want to go ahead and balance innovation and transparency, at the same time maintain resilience and ethical users in it. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, you'll find the official report. Please feel free to go ahead and read it out, particularly let's say if you're working in the artificial intelligence space or are heavily invested in it. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, I have also released a standalone episode using artificial intelligence, so please feel free to go ahead and check that thing out as well. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss second news, and this is in the world of tokenized finance. And the news essentially is that Bison Link, they have secured $1 million in private investment in building next generation infrastructure for tokenized finance. So let me share more information regarding this, because the company focuses on real-world asset tokenization, and they, like many other, are bridging traditional finance and decentralized finance. Now the round got attracted support from Outlier Ventures, NTDB Saudi, Smart IT Frame, Sensei Capital, and several prominent angel investors. Now Bison Link is headquartered in Dubai's DMCC, which you know is a leading global hub for blockchain and cryptocurrency innovation, isn't it? And the platform aims to modernize institutional investment access to blockchain-based solutions. And the core goal includes enhancing transparency, efficiency, and accessibility in financial asset market. And the CEO has emphasized building a financial foundation powered by transparency, automation, as well as access. Now the funding will support product development acceleration and expanding ecosystem integration as well. And Bison Link, guys, is strengthening operational framework to align with regulatory standards and enable institution adoption. And the platform aims to synchronize traditional investment structures with blockchain-based financial rails. And the key focus is on faster, more open and programmable capital movement. And Bison Link is positioning itself as an infrastructure for compliant, yield-bearing real-world asset products, and they are targeting users including institutions, fintech and digital native treasuries. And the multi-asset model will support a diverse range of professionally managed, blockchain-native instruments, and the product offering will prioritize security, liquidity, and real-time transparency. And the company, guys, aligns with the global momentum behind tokenizing real-world assets. Now, this funding milestone is a key step in reshaping capital allocation and access in digital economies, isn't it? So definitely brilliant news. Now look, guys, regarding tokenization, I do want to have an in-person event as well as an online event regarding tokenization. So what I essentially want to do is, I want to go ahead and explain what tokenization is, the history of tokenization, the different steps of RW tokenization, who are the OGs of tokenization, the impact of Larry Fink and BlackRock on tokenization, how Dubai is leading the front so far as tokenization is concerned, and how we can also go ahead and use Bitcoin's liquid network in tokenization. They have built something called as Hadron that works on real-world asset tokenization, and they're actually using Bitcoin's liquid network for that. So I definitely want to go ahead and explain all of these things. Now, if you do want to go ahead and collaborate on this, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com, or if you do want to go ahead and sponsor this session, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com as well. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence of Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Dave who asks, Can XRP finally compete with Ethereum now that smart contracts are live with the Ethereum virtual machine sidechain? This, to be honest, Dave, is such a brilliant question. Now look, Dave, this is such a brilliant question, but you need to understand we are talking about the stablecoin of Ripple, that is XRPL. And look, while the XRPL Ethereum virtual machine sidechain does bring Ethereum compatible smart contracts to the XRP ecosystem, it does not necessarily mean that XRP suddenly becomes a direct competitor to Ethereum, because if you look at the market cap, it is far ahead of Ripple, isn't it? And more importantly, Dave, XRPL isn't a traditional smart contracting platform as such, and so far as the XRP ledger is concerned, it is built for speed, low fees and payments, and not necessary for complex decentralized apps. And until now, it didn't support any smart contracts that was natively built on Ethereum, isn't it? Now with this new Ethereum virtual machine sidechain, which is I believe developed by Persidil and XLR and Squid, it does act more like a bridge than a full-on transformation, I guess. And it's separate from the core XRP ledger, and it connects via interoperability tools. So what that means on a technical level is, you can actually deploy Solidity-based decentralized apps like on Ethereum, but you can use XRP as gas. And at the same time, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the episode, you can now tap into 6 million plus XRP wallets and fast infrastructure. But look, Dave, the Ethereum virtual machine sidechain as such is not at all decentralized or even battle tested as Ethereum mainnet or even other tooler platforms like Arbitrum or Optimism. So to answer your question, can XRP now compete? Technically the answer is yes, because now they have cross-border decentralized finance, you also have tokenized payments, and now they're also working on multi-chain decentralized development for cost saving, isn't it? But look, can it actually compete with Ethereum? The answer to that is no. Definitely not as general purpose, because Ethereum is built for global smart contracting platform, isn't it? And this particular move by Ripple is more of a strategic upgrade rather than a total ecosystem shift, to be completely honest. And also, there were a lot of people still don't understand that when you talk about XRP or XRPL ledger, they are technically not blockchain technology as such. They work on something called as consensus protocol, and there is nothing called as proof of work or proof of stake. So it goes against the whole ethos of open blockchain as well. But it is definitely more of a distributed ledger than a classic blockchain. So that's my answer to that, but definitely brilliant question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything Season Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process of Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. We look at macro level news, we look at the current narrative in the space, and then, guys, we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. We take a deep dive into latest developments taking place in United Arab Emirates, and we also take a deep dive into Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, even artificial intelligence. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.